You know that feeling, right? You get that $1 million idea, that flash of genius you are absolutely sure could change everything, and then, well, it just kind of sits there. You're definitely not alone. The space between a great idea and a real successful business is where most innovations, sadly, go to die. Today, we're going to talk about a framework designed to build a bridge right over that gap.
So, this is the question that keeps so many founders up at night. It's almost never a lack of passion, and it's usually not even a bad idea. So, what is it? What's this invisible wall that stops so many promising ventures before they even get a chance to get off the ground? Well, the answer is often a lot simpler and way more fixable than you might think. And here it is. This is the core truth. Look, your passion, that's the fuel. And your great idea, that might be a high-performance engine. But without a strategy, a map, a steering wheel, and a clear destination, you're just spinning your wheels and going nowhere fast. Strategy is what turns all that motion into actual progress. This is what we call the idea to success gap, and it's a real thing. Over on one side, you've got your brilliant vision, and way over on the other, a thriving, profitable business. The MRZ framework is basically the blueprint for the bridge that connects those 2 points, making sure you don't fall into that chasm of failed execution. So, what exactly is this MRZ framework? Well, think of it as a simple but really powerful formula that takes the, let's face it, overwhelming chaos of starting a business and turns it into a series of clear, totally manageable steps. It's all about trading that anxiety and guesswork for confidence and a clear process. The whole framework stands on 3 incredibly powerful pillars: analyze, strategize, and realize. It's a simple, super logical progression. First, you get clear on what you're doing. Then you build a solid plan. And finally, you make it happen. So let's dive into that first one: analyze. All right, this brings us to stage 1, see clearly. And I gotta be honest, everything that's gonna determine your success or your failure, it all starts right here. Before you build a single thing, before you ask for $1 of funding, you absolutely have to build a foundation of deep understanding. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? You would never build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand. So why on earth would you build a business on a foundation of assumptions? Getting that true, deep understanding, that is the bedrock of any venture that's gonna last. This is where you have to get brutally honest with yourself. I'm not talking about who you think your customers are, but who they actually are. What is the real deep-seated problem that you solve for them? And just as important, what do you do better than literally anyone else? Answering these questions is the heart of the analyze stage. Okay, so once you have that solid foundation of deep analysis, you now have the raw materials for success. Stage 2, strategize, is where we take all those insights and forge them into a sharp, actionable plan. It's really easy to mistake a long to-do list for a strategy. It's not. A real strategy gives you the why behind the what. It gives you a clear direction to aim for, the discipline you need to ignore all the shiny distractions, and the momentum that just builds and builds when you make consistent, purposeful decisions. Building this roadmap is all about creating a system for success. You're defining clear goals and milestones, you're structuring your operations to be as efficient as possible, and you're building a brand and a marketing engine that doesn't just attract customers, but turns them into loyal fans. And now we get to the final and honestly the most crucial stage: realize. You can have the world's best analysis and the most brilliant strategy, but they are completely worthless without action. This is where your vision finally leaves the whiteboard and steps out into the real world. Let's be real, this is it. This is the whole ballgame. An idea, no matter how revolutionary it is, has exactly 0 value sitting in your notebook. Its value is only unlocked through execution, through action, through making it real for your customers. So, what does that actually look like? Well, it means launching with a real purpose. It means building a powerful brand presence everywhere, online and off. It's about having systems in place that let you scale with confidence, not with chaos. And it's making sure every single part of your business is working together to drive growth. So as we start to pull all this together, it's really important to get that this framework isn't just some checklist you run through one time and then forget. No, it's a fundamental shift in how you even think about building a business. When you adopt this framework, what you're really doing is adopting a mindset of structure and intention. You stop just hoping for success, and you start building a repeatable process for actually achieving it. It basically replaces luck with logic.
Just to let that sink in for a second. Success isn't some random lightning strike that only hits a few lucky people. It is the outcome of a deliberate, structured process. It's something you can engineer, not just wish for.
So, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this three-part mantra. Analyze deeply to get that true understanding. Strategize wisely to create a powerful roadmap. And realize consistently to turn that vision into a reality that can't be ignored. And that brings us right back to you. As you're thinking about your own big idea right now, what is the very first, most critical question you need to answer in that analyze stage? Start there. Just start right there, and you are already on the path from idea to success.